on. It looks like it's a recording. We got to go. Wanted to leave a few minutes ago, but the new driveway's going in across the street there. Just off camera. Brand new concrete one. Old clutch. Cold motor. 46 degrees out here right now, though. It's not that cold. Had a heck of a time sleeping last night. Kept waking up sweating. I turned the heat way down in the house. I sleep best the colder it gets. When it gets up into the mid 40s, low 50s, my house just stays too warm for me to comfortably sleep. And it's just a couple of degrees difference. If the house is about 63 degrees, I'm out like a light. Your horse is there. If it goes up to 65, ooh, I'm tossing and turning. Watch for cross traffic on this fancy new little roundabout. Almost got hit the other day again. Oh, we're gonna catch the green light if everybody starts rolling here. Mr. Tesla's just pushing my back bumper. They went straight and I made the turn. Oh, how y'all doing? Happy Wednesday. Feels like it should be a Thursday, but payday tomorrow. Got a decent little whack of overtime on this check, so that'll be nice. Actually did a couple of videos Friday, but the camera decided to corrupt the files. So I did a few little test videos over the weekend, and it hasn't corrupted anything since. So hopefully this video comes out. Friday we put 2 airplanes into the old 747 assembly factory. Had some issues. Nothing really under our control. 2 767s had to roll out. They were on time. 777 was in there. They were ready to roll. And then one of our tugs broke. The whole steering mechanism basically fell out of the bottom of it. The tie rod and the support structure for that. These tugs, they're pretty big, heavy machines. Actually cradle the nose wheel and pick up the entire front nose gear of the airplane, and they'll pick up a 747. Well, we broke it. We've got 3 of these things that run around, down to 2, so that slowed things down. We had, I think it was 9 airplane moves that night. And it was chilly. It was down in the 30s. Those doors were open for many hours. I just camped over in that cold building. Had my little golf cart that I borrow on occasion. Of course, all the things you don't remember when you're doing these moves, and one of those things we forgot all about was wheel chocks. The requirement is you chalk the wheels of every aircraft when you park them. Well, we didn't have any. Yours truly went around and found 2 ship sets worth of wheel chocks in my little borrowed golf cart. It turns out had a couple of flat tires. Didn't know that until I put wheel chocks in it, and I've never checked the tire pressure. I knew they were a little low. I've always told myself, one of these days I'm going to find an air chuck and try to air these things up. Well, that day turned out to be Friday. One of them, they're supposed to be at 22 PSI, one was 12, one was 9. The others were up in the mid-teens. And since it's just a little golf cart and they're little itty-bitty tires, I went ahead and blew them all up to 30. Mainly to see if they are leaking, then I have a little bit extra in there, but they're holding. I may go back today and drop them down a couple of PSI. The little gauge I was using was not very accurate either. Kind of give you a different reading every time you check it. But long story longer, we got the airplanes in place about 11:20 in the evening. I'm usually off work about 11. We didn't do our normal restore. We just parked the planes, chalked them, got the ground set up. That's the other thing I had to go grab, was a whole bunch of different grounds because we didn't know what length we were going to need. And we tried to fence everything off as best we could. The fencing that was left behind from 747 didn't quite make it, but we got most of it. Filled in the gaps with a bunch of red caution tape. I was out the door at 12:30 that night. I was tired and I was cold. And all this week has just been running stuff over, setting up, getting safety equipment over there, getting support items. Got most of the big stuff over there. Airplanes should both be up on jacks as of today. This line of traffic, another thing. Scaffolding, I believe, is supposed to be in place. We're supposed to start tearing down those airplanes tomorrow. Assigned rework starts Monday for one plane and Tuesday for the next. Of course, the programs that vacated the building, they have not cleared out everything they said they would, so there's still a lot of stuff where we're trying to figure out how we're going to squeeze our items in there. A lot of the scaffolding that we use when we move airplanes, we just roll it off to the side. We have no place to park it right now. Well, luckily, we're not moving for a couple of months again in that building. And Mr. Mercedes figured it out. I wasn't going to back off for him. He's got plenty of lane to go. And then one of my second level managers that I work with, he kind of the head of the safety and investigation group, if you will, HSI for my building. He's taken over for an outgoing manager. I've worked with this guy for several years now. Good manager, I like him. Pulled me aside yesterday and says, "Why aren't you part of this HSI group?" I says, "Well, I actually applied and interviewed several years ago for it, but I just wasn't selected. They had too many people on this committee in one area. They like to spread them out over the Everett site." And he says, "Well, I did some talking to the heads of this committee, so I've been told to go get an application." So that's actually where we're headed right now. Should have left about 10 minutes earlier, but we're going to go drive down to the Union Hall, grab an application. I'm going to fill it out at work tonight. Take it back and drop it off tomorrow. I know quite a few people on this committee. It's an additional assignment. It's no extra money. Unfortunately, there's going to be some day shift involved, because the majority of this committee is first shift employees. There's salaried employees, there's hourly employees. Joint collaboration between the union and the company. I believe they meet twice monthly. One meeting they're in an area walking it. The second meeting they're getting together to discuss whatever. Like I said, I applied for it. I want to say it must have been about 2018. I applied. I was granted an interview. I was told I did fantastic in the interview. They really liked me. But there were already 2 or 3 people on this committee on my shift right in my area, which with this second level manager, in my area, and then we've got another guy, Jeremy, union steward. One more here. Got an ambulance coming up behind us there. He's 8th mile back, so potentially there could be 3 of us yet again in that area. But we'll go give it a try. What's the worst they could say, no? They do like to diversify, have different experienced people from different areas throughout the site on different programs. One of the things I'll be doing is, if I get selected, I'll be put with a salaried team member. We'll be investigating safety and health action requests. People that have a concern that they don't feel is being addressed. So you can submit a request to have tracked actions. And if you don't feel that they're being completed, you can request outside review, so that would be where I would come in. So I wouldn't be doing anything in my own building. I'd be doing stuff in the other bays. It's a good way to learn a lot of stuff. I've helped with a few investigations in my bay. On me, because I'm going to ask for that when I get in here. Just to verify I am who I say I am. Black car's going to pace me. He's coming over. I'm swapping spots with him. See the factory over there on the right. Get a rough idea of the size. So the second door from the end is the building we're moving into. The one I'm currently in was the very first one that we drove past. Guess they're going to be doing a big expansion on this Union Hall too. here in the next couple of years. That's the hall on the left there with the tan and brown, if it's showing up on camera. They've got funding to expand that and add a fairly substantial training facility, it sounds like. I'm gonna go do the right thing and hit the light and not do like this guy, but cross the double yellow, not really authorized. Cars turning there that were in front of me. They're heading into one of our main gates by the paint hangers. This is the one I want right here. I know the owner of that red pickup truck. It's the guy that used to sit right behind me. Alrighty, let me go run in here and get this squared away and be back in a flash. Oops. It's 12:15. They're closed for lunch from 12 to 1. I start about 1. Look what their actual closing hours were. I might sneak back on my break, pop over here real quick. No, I got a 3 to 4:30, then a 4:30 to 4:45, and then a 4:45 to about a 5:30 meeting, so I guess I missed it today. So we're gonna try it again tomorrow. I'm just gonna go a little bit earlier. Go, little green car, go. Or not. Up to 25. We're up to 36. In a 60. There's 42. Hey, we might get there today. Oh, we're slowing down. Got up to 45. Got all the way up to 5th gear on my car. Holy cow, 35 mile an hour corning's taking at 43. Woo! Hold on to your hats. We had a wicked rainstorm a few years ago and it flooded that underpass. There were a couple of cars that got destroyed. It was up over the roofs. Alright, one car over there. He's coming into my lane, but I'm ahead of him so he can just... He's going to go flying past and I'm doing 10 over the speed limit already. Alrighty. So note to self. Well, that's going to put me here pretty early tomorrow. Gotta leave a bit earlier. I'll leave my house about 11, probably 11:20 tomorrow. Well, I'll have plenty of time to fill out the application right there in the lobby. Maybe I'll run into the owner of that red pickup truck. I haven't actually seen him for, well, it's probably been well over a year now. He used to be my local lodge president. He used to sit right behind me and we'd talk quite a bit. I helped him with quite a few safety things. Him and I would research stuff together. He taught me quite a bit about the inner workings of the union. There's Jeff and his gray 4Runner. I hang out with him for a bit. We did call his co-worker, friend of ours, Christy. She's out for bunion surgery. Gonna be out for a couple extra weeks now too. She's supposed to be back next week, but foot really looks ugly still. I guess she fell on it, did some damage. So alrighty, well, that's gonna do it for this video. See you later. Bye-bye.